guys, today we're going to talk about properties of addition and how you can use them to add more than two addends. And that's just a fancy way of saying how can you use properties of addition to add more than two numbers. Before we begin, stop and check, do you have your materials, your guide and notes, your pencil, your highlighter? If you need to grab something, pause the video now. And remember, if you don't understand something, write a question mark next to it in your notes. We're going to start by introducing our vocabulary words. The first word is a review word, sum. And remember, that means the answer to an addition equation. Our next word is addend, and that means the numbers being added, the numbers you're adding together. Commutative property of addition. This tells us that you can add two or more numbers in any order and get the same sum. If I add 2 plus 3, I get 5, and if I add 3 plus 2, I still get 5. It doesn't matter what order I add them in. Our last word is the associative property of addition. And the associative property tells us that you can group addends in different ways and still get the same sum. And when we're grouping addends, we're just telling somebody what they should be adding first. So this is also called the grouping property. So let's talk a minute about the commutative property of addition. Sometimes you might change the order of the addends or the numbers to make it easier to add. For example, 3 plus 22 is the same thing as 22 plus 3. And I might change the order here because for me, I like counting on when I do addition. And so instead of starting at 3 and then having to count on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until I've counted 22 more things, I can start at 22 and count on 3 more, 22, 23, 24, 25. And that's a faster way for me to get the answer. When we're using the associative property of addition, you might see parentheses, which are just those curved lines around two addends or around two numbers. And you always want to solve the problem inside the parentheses first. Those parentheses tell you what you should work on first. The parentheses are showing you how to group the addends.